This is what Real Madrid said. Real Madrid has made an offer of 150 million euros for Atletico Madrid for the federative rights of the player Julian Alvarez. After studying and evaluating it, Atletico Madrid have thanked the club for the offer made within the framework of the good relations existing between both clubs and has rejected it, referring to the player's release clause. All nice. Maybe, between the two Madrid-based clubs? Oh no, Atleti came back and then some, saying the official statement with our clarification regarding the official statement from our neighbours Real Madrid. Your video of the Pope got cut off before he said he was also an Atleti fan. You may have confused politeness with gratitude, but just to be clear, we don't thank you for anything. We are neither considering nor evaluating any offer for Julian. How could we not get along when you make us laugh even more than Barcelona? Well, there you are. That took a twist, Julian.
Let's make it clear here on the show today. The player that Florentino Perez wanted was Michael Olise, not Julian Alvarez. The second player that Florentino Perez dreams and absolutely love and would love to come to Real Madrid is Vitinha, not Julian Alvarez. For me, this kind of offer of 150 million, the statement that we saw on the website is BS. And I think, in a way, the response from Atletico Madrid show you that it's not really serious here. It's not to lose face, basically, because Florentino knows far too well that an offer for Olise would not even have been looked at by Bayern Munich, that an offer for Vitinha would not even have been looked at by PSG. The players don't even want to leave their respective clubs anyway. And I don't think Julian Alvarez wants to go to Real Madrid neither. He wants to go to Barcelona. And I think, as we've been saying for weeks now, there will be a long Julian saga through the summer. But this looks like nonsense to me from Real Madrid today.
He didn't even. I mean, look, big fan, great player, World Cup winner, terrific individual, Julian Alvarez. But he's not in the Michael Olise and the players that Jules mentioned. He's not at that level. He didn't even have his best season at Atletico Madrid. He was out the side for some periods. He was hot and cold. And he's not a £150 million player. I mean, there's not many are, but he's not a €150 million player. Anyway, Florentino Perez he just thinks he can run wild over almost everything these days, say what he wants, and nobody's going to question it. It's absolutely bonkers. I think if they'd actually offered Atletico Madrid €150 million, Diego Simeone might have driven him there himself. So the whole thing is just absolutely nonsense. It's not even a player in a position that Real Madrid need. Michael Olise is on that right-hand side. That's a player. That's an area they desperately need to fill. So this sort of Real Madrid story certainly over the last few weeks with this presidential election and all that goes with it, has just become more and more bizarre leading up to this World Cup.
Jurgen, I won't bother you with it. Let's move on. Tonight, Argentina are in action against Iceland. It's a game that you can see live here on ESPN. Argentina's final game before the World Cup. Savinho looks like he's on his way to Tottenham Hotspur. The 22-year-old who joined from Girona with so much excitement hasn't really ever shown that sort of same flair with Manchester City. They'll be hoping he can do the same, though, in North London. Jules, Mike's producing, so we have to talk about this, apparently. Yeah,
for his beloved Spurs. It's a player that they wanted last summer. They just could not get the deal over the line. They're going to go for it now. I think this is going to happen. The discussions I was told today are really positive. He wants to go. City wants to sell, and it's a great profit for City. They bought him for just over £30 million. They would get 60 million for him. I think it's way over the valuation of the player right now. But if Spurs are ready to pay that, sure. We know that wingers are very important for Roberto De Zerbi. Remember that season that Mitoma had with Brighton, for example, under De Zerbi, where he was outstanding. I just hope for De Zerbi that Savinho will be a bit more efficient than what we saw with him about Manchester City. We saw the stats earlier, 7 goals in 84 games for City in all competition is just not good enough when you spend that money on a player.
Wow. We followed him at Girona and he was so good.
He was. And that great Girona side that was in the title race for quite some time. This is a worry for me in terms of Spurs. He's a talented player, there's no doubt about it, but he's yet to prove in England that he's not lightweight, that he can't be brushed off the ball, that he's not been bullied. Yes, he's got great feet and he's got skill, but he's yet to prove that in England. He did it in Spain, that's fine. But he hasn't, and he certainly didn't do it regular at Man City. It's not the easiest team to get into. But when he had his opportunities, it was very inconsistent. So, I don't know, if you're asking me, is it good business for Spurs? I've no idea. I've no idea, because I think in the Premier League thus far, Savinho's a bit of an unknown in terms of getting the consistency level of what we saw at Girona. So, whether it's a De Zerbi call or not, I don't know, but it certainly wasn't working for him at Man City.
Tottenham legend Jurgen Klinsmann, do you like this?
Well, I don't know what to make out of it. Obviously, he's a very talented player, and I mean, still he got 84 games in for Man City, and he's only 22 years old. So I think maybe De Zerbi sees something in him that he can dramatically improve. That could become a weapon to Spurs. You know, when he develops that element or the elements that he's still lacking, then it might be a great deal. I don't know, because I don't know the players in details, and the mental aspect of it is important too. But obviously Pep Guardiola gave him lots of games, which shows some sort of trust and believe in him. So, but obviously the numbers that are coming out in there, they speak for themselves.
Spurs looking to get business done early, it seems, Jules, to avoid the debacle of last season.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at the wide players that they have and think, what, another winger? And then we look at the next two potential arrivals, more than Andy Robertson, although you can look at all the left back, including the young Brazilian that they bought in January. And that's a few left backs as well, if you count Spence and Udogie as well. But you look at centre backs, because they already have a million of centre backs. You know, Romero is still there, Van de Ven is there, Denso is there, Draguzin is still there, Vuskovic, who was amazing for Hamburg in the Bundesliga last season, is coming back from his loan. Now you're going to get Senesi. That deal as a free agent is pretty much done. And then you've made an offer for Van Hecke at Brighton, who again knows De Zerbi really well. This one will happen as well because the player wants to join Spurs, and Spurs are going to make that happen because he's got 1 year left on his contract and Brighton need to sell. So you're going to get and I forgot Takai as well, the Japanese centre-back, also coming back from injury. You've got pretty much enough players as centre-backs to form 75% of your team, and then the rest can be wide players because they also have a lot of wide players.
Jules in New York, Gab joining him as well for the latest edition of the Gab and Jules podcast. That drops on a Thursday as it's a big preview looking ahead to the start of the World Cup. Football W available now. Of course, big game tonight for the US women as they take on Brazil, looking to turn around that 2-1 defeat from when they last met.